Giving unsolicited advice is genuinely one of the most brain-dead things you can do. And I say this as someone who loves to give unsolicited advice. And it's something that I'm learning recently because the tendency is to want to help people. I do it because I want to help, or I want to feel like I'm contributing. And it's almost a selfish need to be appreciated, to be helpful, to be important, to be a wise enough person that I can give my feedback, my input, and it matters. To direct the course of someone else's life, to feel control or feel a sense of validation. But the truth is, nobody fucking cares. I noticed this today at a social event with a lot of tech founders and content creators. And I noticed we were in this circle and the Roy Lee, the founder of Cluely, he's startup founder, CEO. He's talking about his love life and getting over his girlfriend, getting over his ex, and getting over being cheated on, and whether or not, he should, the specifics don't matter, but everyone had their piece to say. Everyone had their advice. Everyone had an idea of what he should do. And I felt that it was so out of touch, this desire to tell someone else how to live their life. And especially because this guy Roy, he's like in a position of high status. And everyone wants to have some control over that, some piece of the pie, or some potential to feel accountable for some success in his life. And so they want to give advice. They want to be the wise sage that guides him towards the correct decision. And I think it's a terrible frame to have because you don't know this person. You haven't lived their life. You can't just import a lesson. You can't just download a lesson into their brain that you've learned. Or maybe you've just heard this from someone else, right? I think the tendency is for us to give people information on what they should and shouldn't do. But that's not helpful. That's not how we learn lessons. I never learned a lesson because someone told me, moralized about something and told me, no, you shouldn't do that. No. The lessons that I've learned, the things I feel most convicted about, are the things that I had to go through and experience myself to learn. And if not that, it was the stories and the experiences that I learned from the people close to me. It was stories of specific things that happened, specific feelings and emotions and beliefs that changed from learning that from other people. For example, with my brother, a lot of my beliefs around success and money have been altered by my brother and my mom in particular, because they were both very ambitious people like myself, and they both spent a lot of time chasing money, chasing success, and in different but similar ways, in their own unique ways, they arrived at this realization that success and money on its own doesn't actually make you feel satisfied. But I can't just go around telling people not to chase money. There's no nuance to that, right? There's plenty of upsides to making money. There's a reason people still do it. And even if there's downsides, those lessons don't get passed on by telling people what to do. They get passed on by sharing your story, sharing your personal experience. And I think that's so much more powerful because it's not just this abstract lesson or aphorism or statement of should. It's an emotional journey. That's what teaches people. That's how people learn. And this is a lesson I'm learning myself. I'm figuring this out myself because I so deeply desire to tell people how to live their lives, to want to help. But the truth is, I can't do that. All I can do is live my best life, share my story, hear other people's stories, connect with people, and hope that through these experiences, through these stories, through these human connections, that's how we can learn to live better lives. It's not through some authority of someone telling me what to do. It's so dumb. It removes all of the agency, all of the thinking for yourself, all the creativity in living. For me, living is fundamentally a creative act. It's an act of art. Living life to the fullest, living well. It's not following any rules or principles or guidebooks. It's actually defining and pursuing relentlessly the life that you want. And I find that when I'm giving people advice, when I feel this need to project my values and desires onto other people without them asking for my opinion, that's how I know I'm misaligned with my values. Because if I'm living up fully to those values and I fully love and accept myself and believe in myself, I don't give a fuck if other people do this. I have no reason to try to push this philosophy onto other people. That's for them to decide. That's for them to look at my life, and if it inspires them, to ask me, to seek my input, seek my story. Show, don't tell. That's the secret of living a good life. And the first person I want to show that I'm capable of living well, of becoming happy, of being the best version of myself, of constantly striving to improve and to grow and to live and to enjoy and to create and to expand. The first and really only person I want to do that for is me. And it sounds selfish. It sounds almost egotistical and unconcerned with other people, Machiavellian, but I disagree. Because something that makes me feel good is kindness, empathy, connecting with people. I don't do those things because I think I should. I'm a good person because it makes me feel good. Because at the end of the day, that's the only feedback I have for whether or not it is. I feel a sense of guilt when I do things that are bad by my own moral compass, by my own intuitive understanding. And ultimately, I think that's all there is. It's 4:28 a.m. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm spent. It's been a long weekend. But it's been a weekend of lessons and growth. And I'm super excited. I'm moving to San Francisco soon. I feel like I'm really learning a lot and being exposed to a whole new world. And this is what growth feels like. And I love it. I'm here to learn. That's all I got. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.